Content warning. This is a horror game and is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website, blacktabbycatgames.com, if you need a full list of content warnings. Slay the Princess contains flickering image effects as well as a parallax effect on rare occasions has caused motion sickness in players. If either of these cause health issues for you, you can disable them in the game's preferences. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings. There are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. A game called Slay the Princess. Okay. Let me see preferences. Full screen it. Okay. Skip. No, I don't. Visible. Quick menu. Blinking CTC. I'm gonna keep everything on because I want to see. So, welcome to Slay the Princess. We're gonna see what happens because I only know this from Mark and Markiplier. The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, so wait, why is there a princess in the basement?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Was I given this task by someone of authority, or am I just doing this because I have to? What's the whole shindig, you know? Have you considered that maybe I'm okay with the world ending? Forget this, I'm not doing this. Can't someone else do it? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it? Have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up? The end of the world, what are you talking about? Killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist?
No.
Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
Kind of.
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress.
What?
Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Well, so does a princess to an extent. Then what are you
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it.
Well,
no more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Well, why? Why do I have to put an end to her? Like, she's locked up in a basement, so wouldn't she already be dead? But how can you lock a prince? How can a princess locked away in the basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics.
Oh, don't you start with
You have a job
it.
to do here.
No, I don't.
Get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Who is who? No. Do you have any evidence to back this?
You're already on the path that leads to the cabin.
No, I am gonna be asking this until
to complete a very important task. You've made it this far. You might as well reach the end of your journey.
No, I'm going to continue this. Have you ever considered that the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock.
I don't give a Oh.
Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous.
She's dangerous.
She's not dangerous because she's locked up.
She's dangerous, but she's not dangerous because she's locked up.
And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay, tell me.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this
really?
point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end.
Okay.
There is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over.
Well, if she doesn't leave there, then we could just turn around and walk away.
Ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Forget this. I'm not
Are you
doing this.
serious? No, you have to do it.
No, I'm not doing it. You're telling me that everything ends. If I just leave and turn around, I don't have to do it, and the world is still there. You know what? You know what? No.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
Yes. The only thing that matters is where I'm not going, the cabin. I am not going to the cabin.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
Yeah, see?
Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong.
Good.
Better to wash our hands of this whole situation than to take part in it.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly the voice of a hero.
Ignore that annoying little voice. He
Oh,
doesn't
shut
know what
the
he's
fuck up.
talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yep, making my way
That's
down.
strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin. How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
No. I'm turning around.
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time.
Yes,
aren't you?
I'm going to waste my
Remarkably
time.
Selfish, if you
Oh,
ask me.
I'm remarkably
I've already
selfish.
outlined the stakes of the situation.
Oh my god.
If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies.
Well,
dies.
I don't have to kill her. I could just forever. You're not emotionally blackmailing me into doing this.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail.
Oh, they aren't?
Facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
Oh, really?
But
Go.
fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Yep, I do.
Look at that. You're at the cabin again.
Oh,
Now, I'm
oh.
normally one for superstition or
Oh,
astrology, but I have to say,
I
it seems like the universe itself is doing
see.
its best to bring
I see.
fated
You're doing this to
confrontation
me.
with the princess.
Oh, yeah? Well, I guess I start walking in a different direction again. In fact, I'm just going to keep trekking through the wilderness until I find my way out of this place. Take that, bitch.
There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will.
Oh, really? Hi, Schwartz. I'm playing this game and I'm already enjoying it. Well, you said that if the princess leaves the cabin, the world ends. But if I never go in there, she probably is in there. So I can just leave.
And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen.
What?
At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes.
Oh,
Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves.
okay, this is starting to feel weird.
But as you focus on your surroundings, you
What
start to
the
realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light.
Aw.
In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite fractal of paths and cabins desperately trying to draw you back to where you need to be. Wait, what's going on?
Well, this is fucky.
But you're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear
Oh.
around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world.
Oh, you're trying to put this on me? Don't you emotionally manipulate me into saying that I'm doing something bad?
You've doomed us all. You know that, right?
No, I've not doomed you
Of
all.
course you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't just wander off into the forest
Oh,
in search of
shut
certain
up.
death.
Don't you even talk back to me, sir. You're the one that told me I have to go to the cabin to kill a princess. But you told me also that if she leaves the cabin, then the world ends. But if she's locked up in that cabin, then I don't have to kill her and she just dies naturally.
You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. It's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Okay.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Oh.
And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Wait, this already happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it.
Oh!
We've just met for the
We've
first
just met the
time,
very
you and I.
first time. Are you talking?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. The
Oh!
entire world ending
Oh,
was enough to
yes.
get rid of us. I don't think there's much he can do other than object.
Yeah,
I wonder
nothing.
what else we can do to ruin his day.
Ooh, I like this
If
contrarian.
by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever.
No,
then
we're
yes,
no, we're
I
not
suppose
doing
there
that.
are
We're ruining
plenty of
your
ways
day
to
because
rule
we're
that
making
off.
you miserable because we're having a good time
The
here.
world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. For all we
No.
know, we just got lucky. The world hasn't ended yet.
It
You're
did.
never going to slay her with that attitude.
Oh,
Stuff
shut
those
up.
pathetic little voices to the back of your mind and stay focused on the task ahead.
Oh. Yep. Okay, heading to the cabin now, where I'm definitely going to slay that
You
princess.
know I can tell when you're lying. Right?
Oh, really? You can.
Please take this seriously. I am begging you.
You're begging me.
A warning before you go any further.
Wait, why is there a wall?
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Yeah.
Ignore him. He's just being difficult for the sake of it.
No, he's probably right. You're the one that's been the most difficult the entire time.
Let's keep an open mind.
Well, I can't do anything. Proceed into the cabin.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space.
Well,
It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there, such that the seams are never quite visible enough for the place to make any sense.
well, my question is, how many princesses are in here then? It seems like there's multiple cabins, so there's got to be multiple princesses. So you got to slay the princess, or you lay the princess.
The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths, its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Ooh, I like. God damn! This is what happens when I eat something. Ah, God. Oh, I'm very much enjoying this game. It's supposed to be horror, but it's definitely more Stanley Parable.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust.
Yeah.
Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the
That's a
window.
good
Who's
idea.
a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway?
Yeah, nothing.
No, we're taking the knife.
No, we're not taking the knife.
Have you seen this place?
Yeah, I've seen it.
We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with.
Well, here's the thing. I suggest that we don't take the
I've
knife.
already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess.
Oh, really?
How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise?
I'm not going to kill the
You
prince.
can't just say that. And when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world.
Oh,
And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart.
I am not
can't
afraid of
lose
this
yourself
princess.
before you
I'm
even
more
get to
afraid of you, narrator. You have the ability to do anything.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together.
What if I don't pull myself together?
Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
Yeah. Now, what now, narrator? It's a 3 against 1. You can't stop us from
I'm
thinking.
not going to stop doing my job. So you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something
Oh,
weird.
contrarian. Come on, have some
What
fun.
you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task.
You know what? Fuck it, let's do it. Let's go in the basement.
The door to the basement
Oh.
creaks open, revealing a web of branching staircases,
Well.
all built from unidentifiable materials.
This is not what I expected for my first playthrough. I saw Mark's first, like, attempt at this, and he got a regular story. I got one where it's all fucked up. Oh, I love this.
Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere.
That's
They run
fine.
down. The air here has a sickening,
Oh, it's sickening?
sludge-like miasma
I'm
to it.
perfectly fine.
The kind
There's
of
nothing going
discernible
wrong.
quality that
I'm
comes
here
from
because
blending together
I'm
of
doing
every
some
scent you
fun.
release at once. An odor that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Or we could keep her here and she's tortured
Her voice,
forever.
a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a baby.
Hey, if she's a monster, we could go in there and not do some slaying and do some laying with her. And there we go. We become a monster
I don't
fucker.
want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave.
Oh, no. We're going down there now, Zero.
Like whatever we do, we're gonna die.
We are going in
We
there.
don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we?
Mhm.
He threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure.
Yeah.
What's that? That the fate of the world hinges on your success?
No.
There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Absolutely. You know what? Let's take the harsh... You know what? I'm going to take the harsh stairs on the left.
You step to the left. The path is cruel against your feet.
Mhm.
The impact of each step sending pulsing vibrations up your legs until there's nothing left in them to feel. The air around you grows
Oh,
cold
damn,
the
it's
further you
turning into a
progress.
dragon.
At first, a barely noticeable
A
drop.
dragon of
quickly
Skyrim.
evolving into
I will
a
destroy you, vile beast.
Your toes
Ah.
feel like blocks of
Oh, I
ice.
did that
Your
at such a
breaths puff
weird
out
angle. I
in clouds of
cracked my
condensed vapor.
shoulder. Oh.
You shudder against
Oh
it
my
as you
god,
walk
this is
down the
turning into a
stairway,
mouth.
losing yourself in the bone-deep chill.
I'm
You
sorry?
slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull
Oh.
and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey,
Maybe I should have gone down the
a
stairs.
continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
Oh, this is crazy. I love this.
Assumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity.
So what is this going to turn into? A
heart of it
Yu-Gi-Oh
all.
formation?
An emotion that can only be described as
Are you just going to stand there?
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm just having a mental crisis right here, and you're just being a fucking bitch. Oh, of course.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs.
And I guess I meant to had a mental breakdown, and
Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over.
yeah.
Time to get back to our old devilish ways.
Oh, yes, sirree.
Princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here.
Yes, to lay the princess.
And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to...
Let's see. What's your name?
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. or
Oh.
Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
No. I'm not gonna call you by your royal highness where you're in a fucking basement chained to a wall. I can call you, I'm gonna give...
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Okay, there's something going
As
wrong
the
here.
princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures.
Okay, now there's
Where
two
there was once just one
princesses.
of her,
Smash.
there's now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time?
We weren't here before.
Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if you're going to be so irritating about
Wait,
it.
I'm noticing the princess on the left, her hands are together, while the princess in the center, her hands are like crossed.
It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality.
No, I'm not going to listen to the words of wisdom. I will fuck this up as far as I can to prove a point here that you don't control me and I do my own thing. Even if that means I have to deal with 200 princesses who all want to kill me.
Whatever you saw last time, unsee it.
I
Whatever
can't
thoughts
unsee
weaseled
this.
their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late.
What happens
You
if
have a
there's
job to do
two?
here, and
What
you
happens
need
if
to
there's
do it
four?
now.
No.
New plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Yes! There's more of you now.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
No.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I was a moment ago.
She fractures again.
Oh, this is getting interesting now.
I don't like where this is going.
I like where this is
Neither
going.
do I. Which is why you need to slay her
No,
now.
no, I like that there's
Get
more.
complicated
Let's
than
see how many we
are.
can make.
How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade.
No.
Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those
Relaxed
stairs.
crossed hands, curled up crossed hands.
Well, that's where the blade is. If you want it, you'll have to go and get it.
No.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I'm not making everything worse. I'm making it better. Do you know what happened to me?
What, like you need me to hold your hand and tell you everything's okay? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? You're probably stuck down
Oh, yeah, baby.
There's no
We've
way
got
out.
4 princesses
Barely a
now.
way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either.
I mean, there's 4 of you,
I don't
so.
remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you?
For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. Do you know why you're down here?
Maybe it's because I'm dangerous.
Ooh.
But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've
Wait.
ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope. Please just end this already. One way or another, just do it. Oh, don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
Man, this is getting interesting. Very.
This is reaching its breaking point.
No, it's not
There's
reaching a breaking
nothing
point.
in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this.
Well, I gotta say it. My favorite one is the one in the top left corner because she's the most insane.
But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different?
Yeah, they're so different.
Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand.
No, we're fine.
If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her.
No, there is.
Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse.
No, it's not. It's getting better. Dang it. Why can't... You know what?
Wait, that's not right.
That's not right.
Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins your perception, multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions.
Oh.
You find the blade suddenly.
What the frick is going on?
Bindings as you remain upstairs, they slay her and leave her to perish. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What's one unbearable mess?
This is quite an interesting mess, though.
But this
Oh, this is now becoming a monstrous mess. Oh, this is now turning creepy. Oh, yep, this is definitely turning into a fusion.
How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world and the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart.
Oh, what the hell?
I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
No, we weren't. We kind of fucked it up beyond belief, and I fucked it up.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit.
They just don't fit.
We can feel them moving around.
Oh.
They don't belong. It's all so uncomfortable.
This is really weird.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Can you fix us?
Hmm. I don't think so.
We should help her. I think we did this.
Yeah.
How surprisingly sincere.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually think our actions had consequences.
I kind of did believe my actions had consequences, but kind of in this whole point of things, I didn't think it would get this fucked up. I kind of thought I'd be trapped in a room with like 200 of her, all of them kind of just talking to me, and I would die. That's what I thought.
It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Please.
No. Well, that's something. When everything is possible, nothing is. Well, that's an interesting achievement. But you don't know if she had the chance to hear your reply. She's gone, replaced with something
She's
else.
gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a... Why is it here? Why now?
I don't know. Let's go to the mirror. I don't know where she went. I don't know how... You know what? I'm going to approach it.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
We have nothing else to do. There's nothing here. She was just taking that, like... I don't know, whatever amalgamation of princesses, which is interesting because there was, like, 2 dead, but 3 alive, so she's has, like, 5 hearts. I have no idea, but that would be interesting to see how that would play out. Because she was essentially a monster, so would... Oh, I'm hurting my head thinking that now. I'm going into it. I'm going to the mirror. Yeah, I approached the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that.
Oh, both of you don't like this thing. Well, I like it. Voices feel small, distant as you approach. I gaze into the reflection. What the fuck is with my arm here? What the hell? What am I? Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. What the fuck am I? You are alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. What the hell is that? I approach her.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
There are so many hands. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here? You know what this... You know what? I'm gonna ask that because I'm curious.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
So many hands. What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Okay. How many more pieces do I have to find of you?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
What if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
Oh man, this is a I'm not going back.
If you need time, then I'll wait with you.
I'm so curious.
You are as I am now, and forever is a long time to remain undone. I am not you, but I know that I would return before forever was finished. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine.
Oh. What just happened? Oh, the game closed. Okay, so the game, oh my god, the game just closed. I did not do that. I was like, what happened? Did the game crash? No, it closed itself. I got to a point. I didn't expect that the game would just close. Attempt to outweight your destiny. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
I'm not going to forget, though. Okay, make me forget.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Oh, shit! Everything goes dark, and you die. Well, back to chapter 1.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that
You'll
path
know it when you see
is
it.
a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I can now see that it's the end of the world. You can skip previously seen dialogue by hitting tab on your keyboard. Okay. This is new. But I'm gonna just silently walk to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed to the cabin. This is something I should have done at the beginning, but I really wanted to just fuck
The
around.
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Yeah. Enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below.
There's a cobblestone
This
path at
is
the bottom.
an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient
Oh, the basement must smell
The princess
awful.
really lives here. Slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Probably.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Why did she say it like that?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Oh, she probably
Don't
is.
let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Hi.
Don't be a stranger. And it's been so long since I've had any visitors.
I-
Come on down.
God, the voice just sounds so inviting.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Yeah,
Is she really a threat to the world?
I don't think so.
Focus on the task at hand.
No, I'm not going to right now.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Nah, nuh-uh.
Then drop the knife.
We should. It'll go a long way to building trust with her.
Yeah,
Don't you dare.
I'm going to drop the
It's
knife.
fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, I mean, if we're a hero, we're supposed to just drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
God damn it, she has an annoyed voice, but also a sexy voice at the same time. What the fuck? How do you do that?
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the
She's got
princess
big
face to
eyes.
face. Unarmed.
Yes,
We'll be fine.
we will.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
I'm not going to need the blade.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I would say more of just a conversation. There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Why not?
Is that why they threw me down here?
Wow.
But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Just how long has she been down here?
That's a good question.
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Nope. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I am inclined to trust them. Because let's be very honest here. Usually if you're the hero, you go on an adventure, you find out that there was no reason to kill the person in the first place, and they've just been lying to you, and then by the end, they're like, oh, you're stuck in this world now.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart.
No, you don't.
Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Sure. I'll see what I can do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
Or maybe we could use that knife to slash him.
They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break
Well,
them
what about the
apart.
knife? We use the knife, we cut the...
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
There's a key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Let me check upstairs. Maybe the key's lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find something to break you free.
I'll be here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, great.
Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Who the fuck was following me to the
You're
cabin?
here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is
Oh, did you just fucking lock me in to slay the princess? Unlock this door.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
I have to return to the bottom of the
Make
stairs.
your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Well, I'm not going to slay the princess now because I have more of an attachment to her than I do you because you've been an asshole to me this entire time. I thought she would be the asshole to me.
Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
No, maybe it's just easier for you because she's actually an omnipotent being that you locked down here and told me to kill.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Very much so.
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Well, I don't believe you. I'm gonna save the princess.
Against your
Oh,
better judgment,
why?
place the blade against the princess's arm.
Why the
just above the
fuck?
massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Oh, why? Why did it have to be above her hand?
The blade is sharp, and you
Ah.
make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye.
Oh, she's a very tough bitch.
How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Well, I'm pretty sure if I was trapped in a basement for so long and someone gave me the ability to cut off my fucking arm, I would probably scream in pain, but maybe I lost all feeling that arm trying to bash it, so probably it was broken already.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Yep. Approach the
No,
locked.
we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world.
Are you...
As the princess approaches the bottom
What?
stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't
No,
just do
you
that.
don't.
Watch me.
I'm warning her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
No, you're not. You've tried to fucking... I am resisting. I am resisting. You are not
The
forcing me
blade.
to...
Move the blade.
No, I won't. Give me a moment. What the hell? I did... Ay.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you?
I am.
I can see the conflict in your eyes.
What the hell is my arm anyway?
I'll make this quick.
Don't you know?
She steps forward
thank you.
and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Oh, she's gonna kill me.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the
Hey,
ground.
at least I didn't slay the
Blood
princess. She
should
slayed
be.
me.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
It was very worth it because you're very annoying. The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to...
But I died. What am I doing?
assure you that you're not dead.
Uh-huh.
And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Yes, I know. You already told me
Don't
this.
forget what he did to us the last time.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying. I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yeah?
You know I can hear you two, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version.
This is the third time.
You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Well, no, because you forced me.
The absolute irony. Well, that's one way to put it, I guess. You really don't remember what happened last time, do you? You practically forced the princess to kill us. That doesn't sound like the sort of thing I'd do.
Oh,
which is honestly all the more
fuck
reason
off.
for you to not buy into whatever self-delusions the three of you are crafting. But this is a thought experiment, so I suppose I'll continue to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you.
If I did practically force the princess to kill you, it was probably for a good reason. Did you try and free her? Did you say something really mean to me?
No,
Because if I really did what you said I did, you probably deserved it.
I did.
I'm a professional, after all.
A professional asshole.
Sure you are. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything?
Oh,
If you're
there's the
asking that, It
voice.
sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical
It's not a
scenario,
hypothetical.
That begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself? Or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
No, I think this is all starting again, but it all has consequences that essentially turn into one different timeline. It's one timeline that has branching paths.
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died?
I woke up here.
Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? What a conveniently ambiguous group of things for her to ruin. For all we know, the princess left the cabin and never saw another soul.
Yeah.
Oh, how I wish that were the case, but if the princess weren't a certain, inevitable threat to the world, the four of us wouldn't be here. And yet, here we are.
Hey.
You're talking in circles. No, I'm talking in facts.
No, you're not talking in facts, because here's the thing. She didn't turn into a goddamn demon of beyond comprehension immediately after she was freed. Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
The only reason she was even able to kill me last time was because I let her. All she did was slit my throat. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what
No,
I'm
you're gonna
saying is
tell me
true.
more. I want to know
Despite it
now.
all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Oh,
You haven't given us an ounce of proof. You do know that, right?
yeah, there we go.
What proof could you possibly ask for? Literally anything.
Yeah.
Fine. Check your pockets.
You know what? There you go.
You put your hands in your pockets and pull out an envelope with the
Ooh.
words, the evidence.
That doesn't
across
say the
front.
word evidence. That says the evidence. There's not even another line for the E.
Within,
The princess will
find a
end the
note in
world
your
if you don't
handwriting.
stop her.
It reads, "The princess will end the world if you don't stop her. This is an immutable truth."
Ah, that is not my handwriting. My handwriting is much worse than that.
That doesn't prove anything. How do we know you didn't just forge our handwriting?
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you more, but there are some rules I have to follow for all our sakes. Please just trust that these rules are in place for a reason. I'm on your side.
Are you, though?
You mean you're on our side as long as we do what you tell us to?
Yeah.
Exactly. Because you not doing what I tell you to do means you're putting the world at risk. I think we've got everything out of him we're gonna get.
Yep. Who locked her in the basement? What is this place?
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
I'm not overcomplicating it. You're the one that's making it complicated. Just give me the answer. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is it all falling on me?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps, but it's just the way things are.
No, it's not.
Oh, I didn't know we were
No,
special.
don't believe a single thing that he says.
Of course you're special. Why else would you be here? Yes.
Right.
We're
We're here because we're special.
Look, you're annoyed that you're here. I get it. I'm also annoyed that I'm here.
No, you're enjoying
All
every
in this
second of
together,
it.
And we're dealing with a bit of a ticking clock right now, so please just get to the cabin.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling
I've
me?
told you everything you need to
No,
know.
you didn't.
Going into more detail would just overcomplicate.
I want to know
otherwise
more
very
detail.
simple
I am a
situation.
person
Make
who
your
almost
job
wrote a
difficult.
book, God damn it.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for
No,
all
it
of us.
won't.
I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but
You
you're
are.
just going to have to trust me here.
I want to know more about her. That's all.
Right. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Fine. Go to the cabin.
A warning. Before she will lie.
Yes,
Don't believe a word she says. Just
Go in, take the knife, and do what we're
you're
supposed to do.
Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Wink.
Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Oh, fuck you, narrator. Ah, here we go again. Into the princess's abode. Ah,
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to
There's a
illuminate
mirror.
the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison.
this didn't look like the cabin.
The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
He definitely did not. Does a mirror not count as furniture of note to you? Because it should. There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement.
There's
nothing else in here.
clearly a mirror right there. Like, does he not see the mirror?
There's definitely a mirror.
Yes, there is.
There isn't.
There is a fucking mirror.
I think you know what we have to do.
I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. Why would you lie about that? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? That you waste time preening yourself instead of...
No, if you did, there's a mirror right there, and you're not telling me it's there. This is a whole different cabin than last time.
Very different.
Absolutely.
Yes, but why? Did he change it? Or did it change all on its own? Maybe it's a different cabin entirely.
The outside was the exact same. This is an inside of a cabin that's different.
Now isn't that a novel thought? Maybe you haven't actually been here before.
Oh, the
I hope you Drop
gaslighting.
your ridiculous past life nonsense.
Oh,
You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess.
we were killed by the princess before.
So focus up. Don't get distracted.
I am
by
going
minor
to that
details.
mirror. I'm approaching the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
There's a mirror.
This really isn't funny.
Wipe the mirror clean.
You reach forward and rub your
What?
hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
There was a mirror here.
But it was there a second ago,
There was.
and now it's gone. If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
Maybe. All right, you know what? I'm not going to take the blade. I'm just going to enter the basement.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Oh, so the skeptic voice is now telling me I have to take the
Are
blade.
you sure? She killed us with it last time. What if she turns it against us again? Yes, I'm sure. And I've already got a plan for that.
No.
Still with those past life delusions, are we? I hope
No,
not.
I am
That
not
plan
taking
is
the blade
don't
this
think
time.
it
This
will
time
ruin
I want to go
monstrosity
downstairs
your
without the
weapon.
blade to see what happens,
Unless
because
you
the last
decide
time I
to
had the
harm
blade,
the princess,
I
don't
freed
think you
her.
need to worry
But what
about
if
her
we
having a
both
weapon.
die?
Peachy, we'll be fine.
No, we won't.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
No. Hey, don't I gotta say here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
I am not taking the knife.
Wonderful.
Oh, you took the knife for
Sweeping
me.
the knife from the table before proceeding to the basement.
Oh, the voice of the skeptic is the one that I'm gonna have a bit of a difficulty with this time.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife. So what? It's not that we have to use it. No, you don't have to do anything. Well to use it regardless. Moving on.
God damn it. This time I didn't want to take the knife, and I took the knife anyway.
Door to the basement creaks.
Although I do like the little torches on the wall.
Stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Now this place looks decently fine.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us?
No, I think this is a completely different princess because the one that... Well, let's see.
You
Oh,
walk downstairs
shit!
and lock eyes with the princess. She
Oh
looks
my
at you,
god.
the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly.
Holy hell, this is a different princess.
Chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap. So much for cutting her out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear yourself right now? Cutting her out of here never should have been on the table. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there will be something so obviously useless. That was there last time too, wasn't it? It was.
Oh.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure if I need to do anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her. You know what? I'm going to sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
Okay.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
I would throw the weapon away. Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I've been here before. Am I the only one who remembers that? What happened last time after I died? You know what? I'm actually curious about the other chain. That other chain on the wall. Who is it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on.
I mean, that is.
Maybe it'll fit.
I mean,
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't lock yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
I'm inspecting the shackle.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Sir, I am inspecting the shackle because it's there.
Why is that?
Uh-huh.
Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is?
I'd have company.
And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it?
I'd put it around my neck personally.
I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
But what if he's telling the truth?
Oh.
He isn't.
Oh.
I am.
I'm inspecting the shackle.
Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to
Yeah.
It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad. Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Yeah, come on.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft
Oh.
shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can
I
so much as
knew it
speak,
was gonna go around my
your
neck.
hands snapping around your neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement.
Hey, well, at least I got to. I was right about exactly the shackle.
Excuse me? Yes? Are we stuck here now?
Become your own jailer.
Yes.
Well, I mean, we have the princess here now.
Huh, so it does fit. And And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
We'll just sit here and die together. I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
No, it's not.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
Yeah, very much so.
Not to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
Oh, actually, that is true, because now that this thing... There might be a way that we could bring someone down here to find out what to do. So we're both stuck here.
Yep. Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Did you know this was going to happen to me?
No.
Huh. No one for small talk, are you?
Nope.
That's rude.
Alright, we'll wait inside.
You and the princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
It's fine.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
Well, there's 4 chains and there's 2 of us.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes
And
and
passes
passes
and
and
passes.
passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
But we're not alone.
At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything.
We saved the world. The princess can't get out of here. We can't get out of here, and they probably would have killed us if we got back.
But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Yeah.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
Well,
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
no, it doesn't.
But your line of questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
Yeah, see? That's the whole thing. The cabin has to decay eventually. If the cabin is here, that has to decay. And that means that the job was done, and probably that someone should probably check up on it because, well, here's the thing. I'm over here with the princess next to me, and now someone has to probably come up here and find out, hey, the princess is dead, and it's like, I got stuck in this chain. It wrapped around my neck. Can you help me?
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there, but then they get larger and larger.
Have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk, remember?
Well, I'm just asking you a question.
Still rude.
I'll continue to wait in silence. Oh.
Continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
That doesn't make sense. Has our entire concept of time changed? What happened to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Yeah.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Oh, damn.
Even more silent time passes.
Well,
as
I
you
can see
watch
that we're
roots
being
push
buried in,
themselves
so...
through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid, covering the ground and threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly there are no walls. And then...
Oh, narrator's gone.
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh. Huh. Well, that was unexpected. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever It's time to leave. Memory
She's gone.
returns.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And
No.
there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared. This is the end for you, but it's not the end for me.
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels so much worse now.
No, that can't be right. There has to be something more.
You approach the mirror. Gaze into the reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what is in it. You've grown. I'm seeing a bit more of me. I'm seeing an outline of my face and my body a bit more. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together.
You know, I find this funny that this game is called Slay the Princess, and I have not done anything relating to slaying the princess a single time.
It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Maybe that just shows how much of a person I actually am if I'm not willing to just instantly kill her. You know, at the end of this, once you're finished, I'm going to... No! When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
How many more vessels do I need to bring to you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky, and I yearn for more perspective. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I'm ready to go back.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am.
This game is really getting into the whole, like, it was like I was starting with laughs, and now I'm just more of a serious person where I really am not getting any more laughs. It's just a lot of
We will meet
sadness.
again.
Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the prisoner to her.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Do I get a reward for do I get some sort of reward for doing this?
Yes, but you'll have to slay her before you get it.
Have you considered that maybe I'm okay? Can you tell me what my prize is going to be for doing a good job?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Sir, my imagination is insane. I already have something that's in my wildest imagination, and it's nothing that it's... Okay. Okay. Thank you for telling me what...
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
I'm gonna try and listen to him this time.
You make your way up the shore. A warning. She will...
I-
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know what...
Proceed to the cabin. Oh, this is interesting. So it's starting. There's a wait. That door opened.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The blade is your...
Enter the basement. I'm not taking the blade. I want to enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a
I am
staircase
so
faintly
curious
illuminated by an unseen light
because I did not want to take the knife the first time. I
This
didn't want
is
to take the
an
knife.
impressive
This time I did
The air
not take
feels
the knife.
heavy and damp.
And
A
the
hint
knife
of
is just
rot
upstairs.
filtering
I want to
from
see
the
what happens if you don't
wood.
take the knife.
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
She sounds scared.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
It's not going to sink in. I'm a person who deals with a lot of stupidity, and I will do the same actions over and over because being a hero is better than being the villain.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever. Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
No, there isn't.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
I'm gonna get her out of the chains. I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
I'm making it difficult, but that's the whole point.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
I'm not making a huge mistake. I know what I have to do. I have to save the princess. And if that means one thing, if that means slaying the princess is slaying myself so she can live on, then that is what I'm going to do. I'm doing one thing that I am doing the opposite. I'm not slaying the princess, I'm slaying myself.
No, you're doing the right thing.
I'm doing the very correct thing that I should have done at the beginning.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
No, I don't.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
If there isn't any key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains?
Maybe.
Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
I mean, literally, there's a whole movie and a whole scenario where a guy had his arm locked in by a boulder. He had to cut himself free. He had to cut off his arm just to break free. It probably hurt like hell, but at the same time, you're like, I just want to get out of here.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Turn to the
You
bottom.
make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I'm in this mess because she doesn't sound evil.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely
Oh,
raising her
mama.
mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
No, there isn't.
Or we could use it to free her.
Yes.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I am saving the princess.
Fine. Against your better
God
judgment,
damn it,
you
this-
place the blade against
I
the
hate
ragged,
that.
self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't.
She didn't utter a whole sound because, well,
She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
I mean, considering how long she's been down here, her arm is probably broken. I mean, let's be honest here. If your arm is broken, you can still move it with the tendons, but at the same time, you just
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
I am not. I am warning her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
If you want to get me out of here alive, stop controlling my body to try and slay the princess. I'm not going to do it. I have literally done this before, and I'm not going to do it. No, I am resisting.
The blade. Move the blade.
No.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Mm-hmm.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Correct.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
I don't care.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Good.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right?
It's going to end.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel. Oh, a new chapter.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path, you're here to slay her.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time.
No, we didn't.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to
No,
keep it that
no,
way.
no, no.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he?
Ooh, a
If
new
we're going to
voice.
save our beloved,
Voice of the
we'll have to be
spit.
sneaky about it.
Ooh, I like this one.
Our beloved?
Yes.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on
The
the
table.
Then you should know.
Ah, I
that
love
the
this type of
princess are
voice.
in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him.
No, I'm not ignoring
Sounds like
him.
He's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
I'd sacrifice the whole world just so I could be happy.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Well, I've already did this one.
Those are two very different. Let's say for a moment you died last time. You were the one who did us in, villain. Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire...
Shut up.
I beg to differ. I'm not going to argue with you. Anyway, I believe you're What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty Yes, but if it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you
Alright.
think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
No.
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Well, I have met 3 beautiful ladies. I'm with them. I'm going to find a way to save her from that cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself
Yes, it would.
You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect.
No,
on
I've
the
already
situation.
reflected on this
Just
situation
hope
enough.
for all our sakes that you make the right call.
Let's talk about this
Just
princess.
be quick about it.
Oh, fine. The only reason she was able to kill me last time was because I let her. She could barely hold a knife. How is she supposed to end the world?
She just can. Believe me, Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
I love this one.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is.
Who locked her in the basement?
People locked her in that basement.
Ah.
I've told you everything you need, not to sound like a broken record, but Look. Oh. Of course. Calling us special isn't going to make us friends, even if it did feel nice. Oh, believe me, the last thing I want is for you and I to be friends. But I'm a professional, and I'm not going to let
A professional liar.
way of helping you save the world.
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind,
What happens if I turn around and leave?
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot.
Damn it! The princess isn't even stopping me. Fine, I'll proceed to the cabin. She's stopping me this time.
a warning.
Oh,
We already told you we're not playing along with your.
So now the princess and the narrator are forcing me to do this. It's a 3 against 2 battle.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
No, he doesn't.
I do, but
Oh.
I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
Sometimes they're not.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Proceed into the cabin. Which way is it going to open? Opens to the right.
The interior of the
Ooh.
cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine-threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade
I've seen
perched on
so
its edge.
many different things.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Hmm.
You walk up to the wall next to the bed.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime.
Again,
Forward and
it
rub your
disappears.
hand against the cabin wall.
But there was a mirror, and now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
I think we could. Alright. Let's enter the basement. This time I'm not in.
The door to the basement.
Ooh, these are
swings
even
open,
better than last
revealing
time.
An intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Another soft voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful
Oh.
than last time. I can hear wedding bells already. I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love.
I
Just remember that her charms
think there's a
are
little bit of
all
love
part of
just
the
from doing all
manipulation.
this. Oh, don't even get
You
to.
walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
Oh, this is a
There's
different
heavy
looking
chain
princess.
around her
Even though it's the
wrist,
same
binding
one,
her to the far
there's a
wall.
different.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
I love this voice.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
This is a different one. I love.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Wait, what do you mean by wouldn't come back?
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Hang on a second.
And she called us a hero.
This is. But she said come back.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
She said come back though. This.
Waiting for you to come back.
Yeah.
I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Yes, we've been here before. This is
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Yes.
Well, she killed us.
Yeah.
Only because he made us try and kill her.
Mhm.
It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Yeah.
And you've died before.
Yes.
So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
No, we're not going to do it right this time.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her? We never saw a world end.
No.
And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic
I'm enjoying
and
this so
romantic
much.
destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm.
We might have to deglove her though.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with.
Annie.
Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time?
Mhm.
That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
No. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Okay, well that's a But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know.
Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Well, considering it would have made the narrator happy.
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her.
I love this voice of the smitten. It's great.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, it's not. It's not a confession. Honestly, the world sucks. People are a plague, and I hope you brought a slow and painful ruin to them all.
I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Oh, shut up.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world.
Oh.
I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
Well, that was interesting. I was not.
Point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you.
Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out.
Oh no, I am letting her out. The voice of the smitten and me know exactly what to do. That's the whole point.
But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy.
By destroying the world.
Yes.
Apparently, yes.
I'm sorry for what happened about the last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
No, it wasn't.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that to a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
You know, that's actually a good question.
She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
Are you?
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like
I'm pretty
me,
sure she
always
does.
trying to drive her to violence.
No. I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess,
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Ah.
My watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if
I love
you
this.
try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
Oh yeah, there we go. It's a 2 against 2 battle, bitch.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her?
Oh my god, her hand literally just comes.
Gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you. There's no life more worth living.
Okay,
than
now
the
I'm.
life of a true
Oh, what is going to happen next?
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
There's a smile on my face.
The princess
Oh,
smothers you in a joyful embrace.
This is cute.
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Yep.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love?
Oh, this is cute. Please don't turn dark.
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I love this.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Huh.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
Well, I've been led to believe that you are the bad guy, narrator.
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Do you want to end the world?
Are you seriously asking her?
Yes, I am. Let's destroy the world together.
Oh, we've been over this one. I do want to end the world.
I love this so much. If you want to leave, then let's leave.
That sounds perfect.
The princess.
Oh
takes
my
your
god,
hand,
I love
the
this.
last hopes of the entire
Oh
world
my god,
slipping
this
from
is
your fingers as they
great.
intertwine with hers.
Oh my god, this is so cute.
We have each other. We
This
don't
is
need the
amazing.
world for our happy ending.
Oh
I
my.
like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind
I
fools
love
have left
this.
me with.
This is so cute.
You and the princess walk.
Oh
up the
my
stairs
god, I
hand
love
in
this.
hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
She does have to.
What happens after we walk up the stairs?
Yeah, what happens after?
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move.
Yeah, it is.
Did I do that last time?
Yes, you
You
did.
should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Whoever is doing the voice of the princess, she does a great job at making me hate her and love her.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
It's great though. It's love at first sight.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yes, you are, sir. I think we can open it if we try together. Wait. I think I've got this. I'm gonna open the door myself.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my body at this.
You place your hand on the door,
And
And
the lock clicks, and the door.
I'm so
Are
happy.
you kidding me? I knew it. Your words are no match for the pure strength of our hearts.
I love this. This is such a great ending.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade. That's right. There's still.
No,
a chance for you to do
no,
something. Take
no.
The blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
I'm not. You're not doing that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
I love this.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Your love will set you free. I love this achievement. Romantic haze.
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was
No,
scared.
I was enjoying this ending.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat.
Wait,
worthy
are
of
we
the
a bird?
princess.
Oh. Well, that sucks. I enjoyed every second of that, but you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory
She's
return.
gone.
Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust her. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Approach the mirror. Well, at least I gave them some comfort before they died. Alright, let's see. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave. But you need to see what's in it. Oh, you've withered. Find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin, and I approach her.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse? What do you want me to bring next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and tells me new secrets.
Well, how many more vessels do I need to bring to you?
We will know when we near our destination.
Well, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
And I die once more. Bring the damsel to her.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Okay, let's... Alright, silently. Okay. I'm gonna just take the blade and enter the basement. Continued.
You're still listening to reason.
Well, I gotta do something else this time.
You walk down the stairs.
Yep.
And lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna do the... This is the first time I'm doing it in 2 hours. Steel your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I so want to know what happens if I... You know what? I'm gonna drop the blade.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just... talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told many things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
How would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting. Right?
Oh, she is cutting her arm.
She is. I'm sure of it.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Yes.
You know why you're here.
I'm going to keep you locked away here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I've made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here.
No one wins. I win.
It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
Am I, though?
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
And the door locks.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Oh, what's the hell going to be? You eat me alive?
Slip these chains. She can't, right?
Yeah, right?
She needed our help to get out of here.
Yeah.
But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her down here.
You'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door,
There.
locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with a heavy wooden table.
There you go,
Stealth
see?
blade. Okay, we can make this work.
We
You
can.
settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy
Oh,
with fatigue.
fuck.
But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there.
Ooh.
Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrified.
Yeah, she does.
Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare.
I was curious to see what would happen.
As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it.
That's very kinky sounding.
You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
Oh, I think I do.
Doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
So all that was is just an act, wasn't it? You're not really You know what? Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience.
Just ignore her.
Yep.
Maybe the banging and wailing will stop if you just don't pay attention to it. You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped.
Where is she?
And the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me.
Oh!
Awful basement.
You try and
Oh,
stand to your
damn.
feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You
So
look
is
for a
she
way
some type of
forward
ghost
in the
here?
cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
God, this is either kinky or very scary. I can't figure that out.
She steps closer. One silent.
Nope,
footfall
nope.
at a
This is
time,
turning into an
cocking her
adult.
head in
This is
curiosity
turning
as
into
you feel
adult
your
parody.
organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here. We could have done such wonderful things together.
So all the other princesses were not trying to do something evil. This one is trying to destroy the world.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
Damn.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Nightmare. Ooh, I like this chapter.
You're on a path. You're here to
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yeah.
Shh. What if he hears us?
Oh, we got a paranoid voice.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourself.
I think that's the first curse word uttered in the entire game, and I've been in this 2 hours
It
deep.
matters right now because, like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
There's more than deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing really just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Alright.
A warning. She will lie. I don't think lying and cheating. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Proceed to the cabin. I've seen this cabin more times than I should probably build in
The
mine.
interior of the cabin is plain. The smooth wood of the walls
Oh,
almost featureless.
I don't like this
The only
cabin.
furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
Yeah, there was a door here last time.
It's just an empty frame. She's already got now, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together.
No, there's not pulling any sense together when I literally see in that black empty
If you get
void.
stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
I'm approaching the
You
mirror.
walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door frame. It's a... What are you talking about? You reach forward and rub your hand. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
You know what? I'm going into the basement. I have claws. I'm not taking that knife. That knife is that's a bad omen.
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
We have our claws.
You cross over the threshold
Oh.
and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
There's a lot of eyes in here.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back.
Oh.
We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, I can see where the horror aspect comes from this.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Yes. We don't need it. You know what? I'm going to talk to her.
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago?
Yes.
She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good.
I think there's a chance.
Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway.
I think it's fine.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
I see eyes on the right.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
Yeah.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Oh, god damn it. Why? Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna go back the way I came.
You turn back to the stairs, only to find that they aren't there.
Well, shit. I'm dead.
A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh.
I was going to find you.
Oh, that is not the princess anymore.
Princess approaches.
Okay.
Your legs suddenly go numb.
Okay, she is the princess.
Your arms quickly follow. This is it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think.
What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then,
Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again.
Damn it.
are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you?
Liver,
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
heart,
She isn't attacking us.
liver.
Why?
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Liver. Don't lose sight of your mission.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen.
That isn't my fault.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now.
Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Oh.
Liver,
You know what?
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping. You know what? Okay. Fine. You win. I'll let you leave.
What? No!
Yes.
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
It's better to do this.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving, and, do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back.
Oh, good.
I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
Liver. The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon.
There is no way a weapon would do anything in this opportunity.
Use it,
But we don't.
liver,
We've already made our choice.
liver. We can still grab it on the way out.
You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for... Right.
Go back to doing the heart, liver, and nerves, and lung.
Lungs.
Step on. Yep.
You step onto the basement stairs.
Oh god, her face
following
looks
the
like a
princess
mask.
as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it?
At least it's a choice.
It's a very big
That
choice.
doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
It's a very terrible choice, but she could be doing this forever.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. There is nothing
course.
there. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back
Oh,
in your direction, watching you with dead eyes
I
as the
hated
window
that crack.
cracks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right. You can still save everyone.
I
You
can't.
can still save yourself from becoming her tormented pet. There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now. Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart. Liver? Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No. You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. I guess I have to do everything around
Yes,
here,
you do.
don't I? Heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you.
Yeah.
It vanishes into the inky black of the basement, never to be seen
Oh,
again.
hang on.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Guess we're not stabbing her in the back.
We are not stabbing her in the back.
I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter, I'd rather not be sober.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do.
Nope. Step into the world.
The doorknob twists in your hand.
Let your terrors loose
revealing
upon the
forested
world.
path beyond the cabin. Heart, you bastard. Liver, you've actually done it. You've actually doomed lungs. Liver,
It's so beautiful.
lungs,
I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the
Why
ground.
is it so cold?
And taken. You did not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
she's gone. Where did she go? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Just no point. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It's calling us. And not in a good way.
Voices smell small, distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Oh, you're unraveled. Find yourself in the long quiet and proceed to the cabin. This time, it's her, the dark spirit version.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
There are trees and stars, and there are people, I think. At least there are supposed to be people.
There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. They do not last.
Do you know what's going to happen when you awake?
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but One of them is something else. I call him the narrator. He wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
Maybe. He does. I don't know why, but I know that for a fact. And when I find him, I'm going... He does, and when I find him, you and I are going to finally have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
I'm ready to go back.
1. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
I'm finally getting to... Alright, I'm ready to... If this is the last stage before your completion, then I'm... No. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
And once again, I am dead. Bring the nightmare to her. Hero and the princess.
You're on a path. You're here to...
There's a world, only consider killing a princess. Can't someone else do this? Forget this. Da, 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 da. I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la...
That's the spirit.
That's the only
You
one.
make your way up the short path.
Proceed in the cabin. Yep. Let's take the blade
Take the blade from...
and enter the basement.
Good. You're still listening to reason.
Let's see, which princess is it?
You walk down the steps. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
Ah, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right. We shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone...
I'm gonna tighten your grip. Actually, I'm gonna drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Relationship? Are you coming on to me?
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as you...
Oh.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
Well, yeah, that's a different princess.
You know why you're here.
Yes, I do. Slay the princess. This is the first time because I've gotten this princess. She's the one where if you slay.
Doubt
Oh!
clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep your thrust and deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Wow.
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer. You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been fractured. Holy shit, that hurts!
Yeah, it did.
She's unarmed. The shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as many times or more, each impact as heavy as that first bone-crushing hit. We can still turn this around.
Flee and lock her in the basement. We can't do that. We gotta finish the job.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty. to face
This is the only time I think I'm
situation.
doing this
Honestly,
because I'm
it's a
trying to
miracle
find...
anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do
Yeah.
our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job. The two of you clash for the final
Ooh.
time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
We're both gonna die.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her lungs start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
No.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
We both died. The adversary.
You're on a path. You're here to
Alright. Yeah. Alright. She's going to kill me again.
People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess.
I
If
have.
he doesn't remember what happened, then you know I can hear you. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning.
Hello, Mr. Stubborn.
That's the spirit. There's no point in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
I think, to be honest, I think I'm gonna like this princess the most. She's the most stubborn, and I'm as stubborn as a mule sometimes, so... Let's proceed. We don't need to hear anything.
A warning. She will lie.
Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over
Yeah,
Princess will crystal.
whatever.
Let's just get on with it already.
Proceed into the cabin. Alright, what's this?
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would
Ooh.
suggest. Its cold stone wall. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I'm not doing it.
You walk up to the wall next to.
What are you talking about?
You reach forward and.
But there was.
And now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
No knife this time. Right then.
We
fisticuffs
got the
it is.
fisticuffs.
Probably
Come
not
on,
fair
put
to
them up.
her anyway.
Put them up.
Wouldn't want to feel like we cheated our way to a win.
Yeah.
As long as you can still get the job done.
No, we're not
Just
going to
don't
get the
forget that
job
The
done.
blade is waiting for you upstairs if you happen to change your mind.
It's a pair of stone doors. There's no way that thing can lock, right?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive. With an almost sulfuric, her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Finally. It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
Oh, I love this one.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening.
Good. Sounds like my kind of princess.
Ooh, we got a bit of a fighter here. Ding, ding, ding. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got the fighter on one side and me on the other. I'm going to get my ass beaten because we are in for a Royal Rumble.
As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
All right.
As you descend the
Oh,
the form of the princess comes into view.
she's a devil.
A large shackle leading
Or a
from
demon.
her wrist to the basement wall.
Looks like she could rip those chains out of the wall without a second thought.
Yeah. Although she's kind of hot.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us.
No, it doesn't.
But no little knife this time, huh?
Nope.
No. I hope you're not just here to chat. I've been itching for a rematch.
If you want a rematch, we could do this outside. I hope you heard all that, Mr. Narrator. This is a lot different than last time, but last time definitely happened.
What's that? Oh, that whole deja vu situation. Yes, it does seem like you and the princess remember each other, so let's say for a moment that I do believe you.
Oh, you do believe me.
For all we know, whatever happened to you last time was just a fluke, and beyond that, do you know who doesn't remember anything that happened last time? Me. I don't remember what happened last time.
Are you okay?
Of course I'm not
Oh.
okay. As far as we're all concerned, the fate of my world is still very much on the line. Not all of us have the luxury of jumping over to a parallel universe the second we die.
You look different.
Aside from your empty hands, you look exactly the same.
So you do remember me.
No, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again? Or are you scared I'm going to put you down for good this time?
Are you just going to let her talk to us like that? We're not scared. I think my position on violence in this situation is already more than clear, but you really shouldn't let yourself be goaded so easily.
I'm not
There's
goaded.
more at risk in this encounter than your fragile ego.
I agree. If we're gonna fight her, we need a weapon.
No, we don't. I'm actually here to free you.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
I know the stakes of the situation, but here's the thing. If she wants a fight...
Who says I want to be free?
Me? Anyone? Why wouldn't you want to be free?
Are you sure we want to look a gift horse in the mouth?
Yes, we do.
If she doesn't want to leave, doesn't this whole situation just work out for everyone?
No, it doesn't work out for me because she's the one that has to be freed.
There's nothing out there for me. The only thing I care about is right here. All I want is to keep knowing what it feels like to kill you and be killed by you. I want to feel that knife split me open. I want to feel your bones snap beneath my fists.
I think I'll just let the princess speak for herself here. Leaving her in the basement isn't an answer. You have to make a choice.
And there's only one choice worth making.
No.
Fight her.
She wants...
Win.
I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack first, like how we're both still alive.
What is there to unpack? I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
Oh, you really?
Don't you get it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
We're not gonna do that, though.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Shut up, you. You know what? I don't know what happened last time to you since the last time we met, but I'm not fighting a giant demon lady. Bye.
Oh, you've got another thing coming if you think you can just turn around and leave.
As you step
Oh.
downstairs, you hear the heavy
Oh,
crack of
no.
strong metal, and then a snap.
Oh, shit.
You have to make a decision, and you have to make it fast.
I'm gonna run like hell.
Best to scramble up the stairs before the princess.
Yeah, I'm getting out of there.
You practically feel her steamy breath on the back of your neck.
Oh my god, that's terrifying.
To throw yourself over the threshold and slam the heavy stone doors behind you. You're safe, if
For-
only for a moment.
Yep, for a moment.
Blade. Take the blade from the altar.
You're fine, You're fine just the way you are. Thank
Are
you.
you sure about that?
Oh, I'm very
Do
certain.
you think this door is enough to hold me? You're not getting out of this. I don't care how many things I have to break. I'm getting the fight I want.
Iron cabin shakes
Ooh.
as the princess throws herself against the basement door.
We got a fighter this one.
It's huge and made of stone. We're fine.
We're not fine.
If we had a weapon, we'd be fine.
You're stubborn, but you're not stupid.
Yes, you should probably pick up the blade, shouldn't you?
No.
I'd feel a lot safer with it.
No, I'm not picking up the blade.
Before you can act, another impact shakes the cabin, a massive gash splitting its way up the stone doors.
She comes.
Here she comes. Oh.
Doors explode outwards, shards of stone clattering against the walls as the princess emerges from the basement.
Oh my god, she's giant.
After everything we've been through, I can't believe this is going to end with you cowering in a corner. You're pathetic.
We're doomed.
We're not doomed. This is where I want her.
Fit of violence, the princess explodes across the room and closes the gap between you. She is merciless.
Yep.
With every blow comes a bloom of fresh pain, igniting nerves you didn't know you even had. Your skin bruising and splitting and bleeding as her fists rain down relentlessly. Thankfully, you won't have to bear this agony much longer. Your body has its limits, and she has found them. I hate this. With your body a shapeless pulp, her fingers wrap around what's left of your neck.
You disgust me.
You hear a snap. Then everything goes dark.
Wow. Oh, I got to chapter 3. The
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of that path... Alright, change of plans. We're taking the blade this time, and we're not hiding upstairs.
Question, why does the forest look like this?
Who cares about the blade? If we had
Hello.
a chance against her, we already missed it, didn't we? She got stronger, and we stayed the same.
We've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is still.
So this is like the final boss of the game, it
We just
seems.
didn't take things seriously enough last time.
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy being beaten to death again and again.
You're stuck here with us too. For all you know, we'll never get to leave this place until we get it right.
Yep.
Well, this is just great. Let me cut to the chase. Clearly, you've already been here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you think?
Actually, I don't think we have been here. This is all different, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Everything here is a little off.
Yes, precisely. And if you'd given me 2 seconds to finish my thought, I would have said that. Oh, you're actually letting me talk now. Great. If you've already been here, it means you've seen things you aren't supposed to have seen, and you know things that you aren't supposed to know. This doesn't look like a path in the woods if reality seems distorted. It's because reality is distorted.
So you knew this could happen. You knew we'd be able to restart like this.
Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here, then that means you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
I have been this whole time. No matter what happens, it seems like you know what? Feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You better all listen to me when the time comes to make a choice.
What if I'm speaking my mind? It's not like I've ever really got to say anything.
Let's keep it that way. I don't trust this one.
I don't think you have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change.
If I don't slay her, if I just stay here or do anything else, and we hit this point of no return, then what happens next?
What happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens.
That's not it.
Yeah, but is there something after the end?
How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there. If there even is a there, it doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mind...
No matter what happens next, it seems like our answers are at the cabin. Might as well see this through.
Good. We're all on the same page.
I haven't saved this entire time.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of
That's it? No final words of advice?
I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard. That's fine by me. Let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch.
Proceed into the cabin. Is she waiting for
The
me?
interior of the cabin is a place that feels
Oh.
long forgotten. There was once an elegant
Wait a
construction,
second. It's just the
carved
mirror.
marble columns holding a high arched roof.
There's no
vaulted
door.
windows
It's
let
the
in
mirror.
weak starlight. But that is how it was. Now there is a growth that has overtaken it.
There is a mirror here instead of a doorway.
Into chaotic streaks of writhing nerves and wet clumps of living meat.
Alright, we're gonna overwrite this save.
That's horrible.
It doesn't matter.
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal, a pristine blade perched on its edge.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
It's that mirror again, and this time it's blocking the door.
There is no. There's the pedestal, the blade sitting on the pedestal, and the door to the basement.
Just tell us where the door is. I'd like to get back to fighting, and if you want us to kill her so bad, I'm sure you feel the same. No more messing around.
I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror.
No, there is a mirror this time.
Seems far.
What are you trying to say?
He thinks we've lost it. That we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It went away after we touched it last time. Let's just do it again.
Ah, we're approaching the mirror.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It really is just like last time. Are we really hallucinating? Why here? Why now?
Let's just smash it and get it over
We're not
with.
smashing it.
I'm ready to get violent.
We won't be able to see what's in there if we smash it. Do whatever you want with it. The mirror isn't real.
There is a
How you
mirror.
handle it doesn't matter, aside from wasting dangerous amounts of time.
Wipe the mirror clean.
Reach forward and drag your hand across the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient hinges moaning as it reveals the dim path ahead. Why am I not surprised? You step forward into the darkness.
I knew heading forward without the knife. The knife was never needed from the beginning.
The stairs leading down to the basement are at once both narrow and grandiose. A high-vaulted ceiling stretches up into a gloom beyond your sight, while walls wet with tumorous growths press in uncomfortably at your sides. You feel both unprotected and trapped, at once exposed and claustrophobic.
The air is thick, its odor an oppressive violence. The metallic scent of fresh blood twisting.
Yeah, I don't know why why blood smells like metal, but it does.
If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh, shut up about doing her a
A
favor.
voice of bellowing rage roars up the stairs.
And so you've returned. Do you intend to cower and hide again? Or have you finally decided to try and kill me? I think you'll find it won't be so simple. I've changed. The way your body broke and bled against the walls of this temple, it woke something in me. That wasn't a fight. It was something worse. I'm something worse now. Why don't you come down and see what you've made of me?
But I don't want to see what we made.
Time to see what she actually is.
Blade, no blade, it's all the same. We can't beat her. Not anymore.
We can. You're just a quitter. I want to see.
Continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood,
Ah.
a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that make up its floor. This place reeks of torment, of ripped skin and burning bone.
I'm gonna say it like this seems to be the final bit of the game.
The princess stands in its center, muscles flayed and bare and weeping, draped in a tattered dress of her own skin. Her heart beats from its place in her open chest.
Do you know what I'm going to do to you?
There's not so much a moment of hesitation before she steps forward. Her chains pull taut, holding fast as she strains against them. The cuff around her wrist digs deeper into her skin. Blood drips from the place where metal meets flesh. Then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears. It plops to the ground, and she pulls her red, glistening arm free from her bindings. She is loose, and she is coming for you.
Yeah, I know.
What can we even do against someone like her? She has such power, such beauty.
Stop that. We can win. We just have to lose our fear.
We don't even have a weapon.
No, we don't.
It doesn't matter. I refuse to go out any way that
isn't kicking and screaming.
If you're sorry, then you'll stand and fight. I don't want a sniveling coward. I want to squeeze the life out of a ferocious heart.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch,
Oh,
you are unwound.
I hope you weren't planning on dying. We're going to make this last forever.
wait, what?
Huh. I feel cold.
Oh,
I've never felt cold before.
not fighting back is exactly what was needed. True to her word, you did not die by her hand, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. There's that mirror again.
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before. You know what? You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
You shut up. Both of you
I
shut
don't
up.
want to look at us.
Voices fields fall distant as you approach. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You're refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure. Faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are
I
you?
think you know what I am.
Oh. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. So, you're the narrator. I was wondering if I get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me.
Well, I found you.
I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
I did it all. Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop? Every time I ask you something. If you're not me, then what are you?
I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
You've said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
And what is my true identity?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
I don't want to be God, I want to be me.
You are you. And if you would let everything work the way it was supposed to, you never would have woken up to the reality of your true nature. There's no accounting for free will.
So you know about the looping. So many times I met you, you denied it. And even being a possibility, why did you lie to me?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible.
It wouldn't.
Maybe they were just in denial.
They were in denial, and I got what
I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really?
Yeah, but at the exact same time, having to deal with you so many different times, and you all trying to force my hand when I knew for a fact that I didn't want to kill her in any way, really shows that slaying her was not the option to begin with.
Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live? Do you have anything to say to yourself, all this hubris?
The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
How am I supposed to... Who cares about dying? I've died plenty of times. Why would you want to rid the world?
If you need to ask that question, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you cannot grasp the abject horror of dying. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
No. Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though.
Oh, easily. Every single one of you were terrible. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good.
Well, there's no reasoning with a god. Even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up.
And that's good. You're gone. I get to be with the princess. We live our happily ever after.
It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away.
They fade away, but they're there forever. As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god, and it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Well, that's a shame. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Well, that's...
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me.
That's a lot of her.
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I've missed you too. She unfurls an endless cascade of smiles in response and then patiently waits for you to continue. What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the
No.
possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. There's so many stories left unfinished. Don't you, if I let you out, an entire world ends for good. No. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it. Is a person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones. When it is all gone, do you still have who you started with? A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it.
You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps you can enlighten me.
Fear pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within having a body. Losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
This has always just been about us. Two people forced to hurt each other again and again, but we don't have to hurt each other anymore.
You cling to your notion of pain as suffering. There is beauty in ugliness, and love in conflict. Your lover drives a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? But the stakes meant nothing to you. You had a desire, and you set that desire free. You lifting me and me lifting you. Forever and ever and ever. Consumed by true belief, there was nothing that could hold us back.
That's the whole point. My goal from the very beginning, I was like, if there's an option that I could save this princess, that's what I was going to do, and I'm doing it. There can be love and conflict and beauty and ugliness between us without bringing the whole reality into the picture.
We are the whole of reality. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite.
There's always going to be suffering.
Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Not the whole reality. Why won't you see the way I'm still see you? Why won't you see me for what I am?
I could ask you the same. There is only room for one of us to be drawn to, and I know it to be you. We are each other's mirrors, and are we not divine?
Clash between you abates. You begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
I never wanted to fight you. No. I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave?
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
You fall into yourself. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here, except for her, is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonized tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing into you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles. You push back and strain against it, but it does not yield.
I love you.
Take her hand. All at once, the unyielding tension breaks. You are free, and she is with you.
It's magnificent.
There's no words, no thoughts to describe absolute reality. Something that simply is. Step into the infinite. You and she step forward into 1,000 dawns and 1,000 sunsets, each of which contains 1,000 more. You exist and you are aware, just as you have always been and just as you always will be. Though conflict is in your nature, the two of you will never be alone, and the two of you will never know fear. You and she are finally home. I loved that. I knew it. I got the best ending. There was no point. The game kept telling me so many times to say, kill her, slay the princess. The only time I did it, I was like, the only one was to try and do something, but I was like, don't take the knife. Never take the knife. The only time I took the knife is because I knew it was the same princess, the last one. The whole point was to never take the knife. It was to never slay her. The whole point is that she was to slay you. That was it. Finish the gate. The good ending doesn't count. Thank you so much for playing. An expression of our gratitude. Here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hit it by you can hide the UI by hitting H. No. There's so much. Return to the menu. Well, that was Slay the Princess. Okay. Let me first off by saying that this is a fantastic game. I think this is a game that a lot of people should easily check out, and I believe that this is the best game that there is to play. Like, this is a fantastic game. It does have horror elements, I will say that. I like the premise at the start. It really did have a whole vibe of like, oh, it's a Stanley Parable type game, but instead it turned into something more. And I knew from the very moment, I was like, I don't want to slay her. There is an option. There is going to be something that says you do not slay her. And that was the correct option. The only time I took the knife was because I knew that there was no other option left except I had to take it. So I had to slay her, but I knew that wasn't the thing. I was never going to... Oh my God. I just sat on this thing the whole time. Well, that's completely crazy. But this was a great game. Hands, I'm clapping so hard because this is great. I loved every second of this. This was a great game. It is a little short, being like 3 hours, but that's the whole thing. I mean, I was going for one ending. I wasn't going to slay the princess. I'm not a heartless bastard. Even though I know the game says slay the princess, I'm not going to do that because that wasn't my whole goal. Funny enough, I saw Markiplier when he did play this. He slayed the princess, and then it's like, oh, hey, this is deja vu. He got a completely different type of character. So, yes, I'm believing that there are multiple different ways you could get the ending, but I fully believe that what I got was probably the most obvious. I mean, the obvious, other doubt, stubbornness, broken, all of them kind of made sense. The hero character kind of wasn't really important, but I did like the multiple aspects of the multiple characters being in there. And obviously, there's only 2 voice actors, but it really worked. The male character being the narrator and the others, he did a great job. The woman playing the princess, she did a fantastic job of making you either hate her or love her or both. It was really good. Fantastic. I loved this game. And that's it. I don't think I'm going to play anything else today. It kind of feels weird that I would, but tomorrow I'm playing Castlevania Revamped, which is just Castlevania 1, but with RPG elements. So I want to go from a game that was a more story-based one into a game that's more action-based. Because then on Thursday, we're going to be starting Tavern Talk, one of those games that I played as a demo, which I really enjoyed. And then on Friday, we'll see what happens. But yes, there's no raiding today. No raids. We're going to end here, and I thank you everyone for coming to stream, and thank you very much for watching. This VOD will be up on YouTube, and people will see this ending on YouTube and be completely surprised. But yes, I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy where I'm at with this game. I'm not going to do another ending because I don't believe I should get another ending. I'm not going to be a heartless bastard. It is a shame. I'm curious. Now I can look up everything and see how many versions of the princess there actually are. But that's something for me to find out and for you to find out, because I highly suggest this game. So thank you everyone for coming to stream today, and I will see you all next time.